Okay, can everybody hear me now? Can ya hear me? Seems like I have technical difficulties every time I start a live. How are you all doing today? Amy, welcome to Team Unjustified. Thank you for becoming a member. We really appreciate the extra support to the channel. Who all do we have with us today? 48 of you guys. Got my mods, Nellie, Archie, Dave G, Karen. Yeah. Okay. So I thought it was about high time I talked about this case. I'm really bad about having lives unless, I really know what's up in the cases. I don't like to just bounce in there and wing them, in case there's questions that I might can answer, So of course I'm not going to have the answer for anything because hell nobody does, If we did, we wouldn't be here, right? So yeah, what do y'all think about this? I mean, this is the biggest, probably one of the biggest rabbit hole cases I have yet to see. And I'm going to also start kind of going outside the box on this case as well and looking into other, I mean, even like the newlyweds, the newlyweds that were not a part of this. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean it that way. I mean, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about, looking into that as well. No, not that I know of, HD. I haven't seen that they have caught him yet. Actually, I was just looking on Twitter before the live started, and the video I uploaded early this morning, actually it was my night because that's when I went to bed. There was this guy, and I know you've all heard about him by now, that said he spotted him in the Appalachian Mountains and he was driving the F-150 pickup and all that. Well, at the time when I put that out there, it was like brand new. It had just like within minutes came out when I put it here on the channel. So actually, I wasn't even caught up with the time. They were an hour ahead of us, and I wasn't even at that time yet. So I got it out there that quick. But here's the thing: when I got it out there, I didn't have a picture of the guy. I didn't have a recorded interview of him talking yet. This was straight from, a breaking news article that I put it out there. Now, as I was just now looking on Twitter, I seen that now there is actually, his voice and things, and I'll play that for you guys in just a minute because I just seen that as well. So I don't think it's been out there very, very long at all. Yeah. Where can I see more drone pics from the dirty laundry house? I don't have social media, honey. I'm gonna try to hook you up with that right here today in this live. Because I also got my Twitter page open over here, and I find a lot of the stuff, the breaking on Twitter, because I follow like numerous things. That's and I get it pretty quickly. Twitter, Reddit, several different ones, as well as Dave G. My head moderator. He's on top of stuff pretty good, and when he gets it, he's putting it right out there to me. So I try to get things out there pretty quickly. I try to let you guys know when I find it out. And a lot of times I don't have time to make a video because it takes a good hot minute to make one, just to be honest. A lot of times I'll just put it on the community post. So always keep an eye on that too. See, I haven't seen that yet, HD, but here's the thing. A lot of times you're gonna find these accounts. There's even a Gabby account, which is said to be linked to Brian's mom. Now I don't know if it is or whatever, but a lot of times people will make accounts, so you really have to kind of look at them to make sure it's not just somebody, messing around. Yeah, that walk was kind of interesting to me too. And you know what? I never noticed that. That's not something that I can take credit for noticing because I didn't. I seen that on Twitter and someone had noticed it, and on the little clip that I had in the video, it's actually zoomed really, closely, and it's also slowed down. And so that's why the pixel is, not that great on it, but zooming it in like that and slowing it down, is going to make it look a bit more awkward, but at the same time, you're still going to see that it's known as duck foot is what it is. But I'm not the one that actually noticed that because when you're actually watching him walk and he's walking fast, it's not, I guess it's not going to be as noticeable if it's slowed down and zoom right up in your face. But it is something to look for, I mean, it is a definite trait. That gait is definitely something to be on the lookout for. Like if you see a guy, oh hell, he looks like, because hell, let's face it, my son looks like Brian in a way, he is just a typical looking guy. He's not really no Elvis lookalike standout or dog bounty hunter. You know what I'm saying? He's nothing out of the ordinary as far as looks. Yeah, and if this tip that came out of North Carolina is true, Spirit Moon, then this guy seems to think that he may be, he's acting incoherent. Like that's not the word the guy used, but that's the word I'm using. It kind of sounds like if it's him, dehydration. And think about this, okay? And I don't even want to go into whole movie sci-fi scenarios, but I mean it's just a fact. And you could have been in this way yourself. Like if you're like delusional and delirious and loss of sleep, loss of food, loss of, you know, fluids, like any little snap, like a snap of a twig, you're gonna be jumping and turning if you're just jumpy like that. So he could have put himself in some sort of a self freak out. He could literally be, as the guy said, wigging out at this point. And I also know that some of our subscribers that commented on some things, they were like, yeah, we're going to be out. We're going out tomorrow because they live in that area and they're looking. And some people gives me shit about posting these sightings and things. Oh, this is clickbait. I don't do clickbait. Okay. That's not who the hell I am. I don't like it. I don't do it. However, if I think that that lead or tip or sighting is the least bit possible, then yeah, I'm going to put it out there because just like I just said, some of those subs lives in that area and it's not just for hunting him. You wouldn't want, say, your wife, your husband, your child to just go outside and all of a sudden there's Brian Laundrie coming out of the damn woods and he's in a psycho rage and he's delirious. I mean, it's also about awareness, not, it's about catching them, but you need to be aware of your surroundings as well. And if there's a possibility he's in your area, then you need to know that. Yeah, I mean, I mean, for him to say that is just completely ridiculous. At the same time, who in the hell knows where his minds went? He could be in this delirious stage and hallucinate. Who in the hell knows? We just don't know. And another thing that's happening recently is people is like throwing down on people that's giving tips. Like I don't even get that. That's not even cool. If you don't believe or you think they're out for this 5 minutes of fame or whatever the fact may be, don't get out here and blast it everywhere because what you're doing is some people is leery to even report something they see because they feel like they're going to catch hell from people if it's not a legitimate, that's him kind of tip. Well, the FBI, Dog, Walsh, they're all saying no matter how small that tip is, and no matter, please just send it in anyway. Let the FBI, law enforcement, and the bounty hunters be the judge of if it's something that's just not even worth looking into, or maybe it is. It's really not our call. We're not the ones out there hunting, but we could be the ones out there living next door to this possibility that we may need to know about. Thank you so much, Tanya. I really appreciate the extra support to the channel. Brian ain't going to California. He's scruffing it up in the woods in a vehicle back and forth between the two. That's quite possible, Vic. Very quite possible. I'm not going to call that because, I don't know 100% fact, but it's damn highly likely. Anything's highly likely at this point. Yeah, there you go, Archie. I'm telling you, if it was my son, I would definitely, it's a hard call, y'all. It really is. Because as mothers, and fathers, we're protective of our kids. That is what we do. However, also, we have to lead our kids in the right direction. And if our kids are man childs or women childs, you still got to do the right thing. I'm just saying, if it was my son, and me and my husband talked about this, if it was our son, I would pull him up there by the damn ear. I mean, some things you don't cover up, and that would damn sure be one of them. A lot of the things this family has done is sketch as hell, in my opinion. Period. It just is. One, they haven't even helped look for their son. They haven't even seemed the least bit concerned if they find him or not. Not that we've seen. Now, I can't sit there and say we're not hearing their phone calls or whatever they're doing like that. It's already been said that, yes, the FBI does have their phones tapped. Okay. So in case all you guys didn't know that, I seen that the other night on one of the news channels. I can't even remember which one at the time, but yes, the FBI has taps on their phones. So they know what's happening, but that's not to say that they don't have, burner phones. That's a possibility too. But as far as their main phones, their accounts, yes, the FBI is keeping check on those. And if Brian is at his grandparents', I feel certain they would have been checking into that. But then again, who knows? The main focus right now is in Florida, and Dog's still even in Florida, which yesterday I know he was sending a team to the Appalachian Mountains or trails or whatever the hell it's called. He was sending a team there, to look and search and things like that. But he still has his feet on the ground as of this morning on the West Coast in Florida. Yeah, there was things said that he did have a gun, and in his bedroom there was something hanging up on the thing that did look like a gun. It did. Now, as far as has it been 100% confirmed, I don't know. If it has, I haven't heard it, but if it has, yeah, I mean, he did. That book he was reading was very awkwardly much like the things that's happening actually played out. Even the places of visiting, like Colorado and all these places, they were actually in that book as well, like almost in a step by step. It's a very, very much like that book. And as far as the other two women being connected to that case? I don't know, but y'all, I am starting to feel like there is a connection there. The more I've looked into it and the more I've dug into it, I feel like maybe there is a connection. Yeah, I feel like they have burner phones as well. I do too. I mean, obviously they know that their phones are going to be tapped. I'm sure they know this, and landlines, all that. So I'm sure they probably do as well. Definitely if they're, definitely if they are covering for Brian, and definitely feels that way to me. I mean, I can't say 100% certain, but they sure do not seem the least bit worried about finding their son. If that was my son, if that was your son, would we be in the backyard planting flowers while the whole damn country is out searching for our son? Really? Would we be doing that? Or would we be on the ground? Would we be there? Would we be praying to God that we would be what Gabby's parents were doing? Begging people to help us find our child. That's what we'd be doing, right? We wouldn't be having Dunkin' Donuts and yeah. But everybody's different. Maybe that's just how they deal with shit. I don't know. I wonder if his sister flew out there with him to help him drive back to Florida. That's why she lied about talking or seeing him. Then that would make sense why he was there on the 1st. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she was, during her interview, she was like, well, I didn't know he drove the van back. I just assumed he flew, but, and then it's like, boom, cricket. She stops. No, I don't need to say that. That's police stuff. Well, okay. You shouldn't have threw that much out there then. And also, let me tell you, there's many people that, and some of them may be in here right now, and that's cool because I'm going to say it the way I see it. There was people like, his sister didn't lie. Quit doing this to his sister and this shit and that shit. Let me tell you what. Yes, she did. She did. Okay. Because if you know the case, and I know every one of you probably do, by now you know that their attorney has already said that Brian stopped by his sister's house on the 1st. Stopped by and seen her on the 1st when he first got here. What in the hell did he do? Did he walk in with duct tape on his mouth? I get that she said she didn't say she hadn't seen him. I get that. And that's where that's going, because people's like, y'all are getting it wrong. She said she hadn't talked to him, not that she hadn't seen him. Okay, well, when he stopped by her house, did they just have duct tape over both of their damn mouths, just looking at each other, waving, hey, how's it going? I'm back. Horseshit. Okay. Yeah, attorney debunked your ass. That's what happened. Period. I don't care if you've seen him, talked to him. When he walked in your house, y'all wasn't sitting there with blindfolds and duct tape, honey. Nope, ain't buying it. Sorry. So why would she do that? I mean, I'm not okay. I'm not getting on her. Okay. Maybe their attorney told her, do not tell anyone you've talked to your brother. Maybe that is the case. I get it. That's highly likely. But you don't go sit down with Good Morning America. You do, just to be honest, what his parents are doing. You don't. You just don't. You let your attorney come out for you. But so far, their attorney coming out for them hadn't done nothing but screw them in the end, right? Because he's debunking what they're saying. What? Y'all ever seen Cat in the Hat? Honestly, if that was me, you're fired. I mean, seriously, the dude's debunking what they're saying. And so don't come at me with his sister didn't say, don't do it. Don't do it. Unless you can show me a picture with duct tape on their mouth and a blindfold on their face. Don't tell me he ain't talked to his sister. Because their own damn attorney said they seen each other. And they're not just going to sit there and not speak to each other, okay? Whatever. There is a photo that's very, very questionable. And I haven't put it out in a video. I haven't put it on my community post, but I've seen it many places. And this was in Wyoming. And I don't know if I should even show it to you guys because people swears be damn that this is Gabby and Brian in Wyoming. And Gabby's setting up her equipment like she did to do some filming and photos and things like that. And Brian's standing there looking out into the water, whatever. And they swear be God. I think even the person that took the picture said this was them. Okay. But it's somebody sitting over as well on a rock beside where Brian is standing. Does anybody know the photo I'm talking about? And it looks like Cassie. It's from behind, but it could damn well be Cassie. So which makes you wonder if that photo is legitimately Brian and Gabby, and they swear to God it is, then that would put Cassie being with them in Wyoming. I've got the photo. I have never brought it out, never put it in a video, never even mentioned it because I don't know the legitimacy of it. And I don't like to put out anything that's not fact. But it's very, Cindy, I will put it up. I will show it to you guys in just a minute. Some of you may have already seen it, but, I'll show it to you. To me, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's questionable is all I know to say. And if it is, then that's damn sure Cassie with them, period. But yeah, I will show it to you guys in just a minute. And I don't need, okay, if there's any trolls in here, let me say this right up front. This is a disclaimer. I don't know if it's them or not. That's why I haven't put it out there yet. It's a 50-50. But I will say this, the people that put it out there as well as damn 1,000 other people says, hell yeah, it's them. So I don't know. Hello, Megan. Good to see you, girl. Okay, I want to show y'all something real quick, though, first. Have y'all heard that guy talking about it yet? I mean, his actual voiced interview. The guy that seen him in North Carolina. Because I know it just came out, and I know that, I don't know if you guys have heard it yet. And I'm not going to keep you guys all day. I mean, I figured like an hour or so live because I'm just, I don't go live that much. I need to more often, actually. But, okay, hang on, y'all. Let me get this one thing up here for y'all so y'all can hear this guy's interview. Yeah, he does. He sounds honest to me, and he doesn't look like, I mean, appearance isn't quote unquote everything, but he doesn't look like somebody that will be like, hell, I'm doing this for the fame, or you'll see what I mean. Okay, we'll stop here real quick for just a minute. Okay, do y'all see the guy here? Like this guy, this engineer guy. Can y'all see that? Make sure I've got the share up right. I hope you guys can see that because sometimes StreamYard don't work like it's supposed to, even though we pay too much for it every month. Lisa, thank you so much. I really appreciate the extra support to the channel, hon. I really do. Okay, hope y'all can see that. All right, anyhow, this guy here, right here, he is the engineer that said he seen Brian on this trail yesterday morning. Okay, now be honest, this guy really doesn't look like somebody that would be just wanting attention, right? He's an engineer. So I believe that what he said, he honestly believes himself. You know, I don't think he's just saying it for publicity or whatever. Okay, now I'm going to play his interview for you guys. Let me get it up here real quick. And some of you may not have heard it yet because it did just come out recently, within the last hour, I think, maybe. So let me get it up here and let you hear it and see what you think. Okay, I'm going to mute my mic. It's not a very long interview. I think it's under a minute. I'm going to mute my mic so you guys can hear this.
It looked like a Ford F-150 truck. It was white. I was in a car, so I was lower than the vehicle. I rolled my window down, and I started talking with the gentleman. I could tell right away that something wasn't right with him. It took him a second to get anything out, and then he said, "Man, I'm lost." And I thought, I was kind of lost myself. I thought maybe he was another hiker looking for the same parking lot. And I said, "Well, I'm not from around here, but what are you trying to find?" And he said, "Man, I need to go to California." And I was like, "Wow, well, I don't know the directions to California," but he said, "Yeah," he said, "Me and my girlfriend had a fight, and man, I love her, and she called me, and I need to go out to California to see her." And I said, "Well, man, I-40 is right there." We were right next to I-40. And I said, "You can take I-40 west and it'll get you to California."
Okay, so see, that is all of it that's on there right now. I'm going to go looking here as soon as this live is over, and I'm going to find this full interview and I'll get it up there for you guys for sure. Hello, Sheila. It's great to see you, girl. I have never read The Laws of Wyoming, Juju. I haven't. I bet it is severe. Why he would mention his girlfriend, I don't know, unless he is delusional. You know, if this guy's telling the truth about running into him, if Brian is delusional, like having hallucinations or something like that, and maybe, I guess it's a possibility. I mean, anything is. And I don't want to call the guy a liar, because to be honest, I believe he truly believes that he's saw him. Sorry, grammar Nazis. Yeah, I believe that he truly believes he did. Because his wife even tweeted out, yes, my husband's, so he must have been already catching hell from the people that wants to give people hell about turning in tips. And that is why I'm afraid people is going to stop giving legitimate tips or credible tips, is because they're afraid it may not be, Brian. Right, Mary. I thought about that as well, because that last weird text, no service in Yosemite. Well, that's California. What if Brian was delusional as hell when this happened to Gabby? Okay, what if? I'm not saying it is, but what if? And what if he just never really snapped out of it? Like, he's just staying in this delusional psychosis. And trust me, a permanent psychosis it can happen. It has happened. People go into shock and they just never come back. It does happen. And no, I'm definitely not saying that that's what's going on, but it does happen. And that's true too. He could just be building up an alibi. Maybe he is trying. Maybe he's not delusional and he's fine and he's not in a permanent psychosis, but he's wanting it to look like he is, maybe. When he gets caught, and it needs to be real soon, because I'm afraid he's going to end up hurting someone else. That's what I'm afraid of. So he needs to be honest when he gets caught, instead of just being immediately cuffed and stuffed and thrown in a cell. Dude needs evaluated. And I'm talking about by a damn good, highly professional person that can evaluate him to see if he is just throwing this shit out here or if he really is in some kind of delusional psychosis. Because if you'll remember in the body cam footage, when the cops ask him about medications and things of that nature, if he had to take medications or whatever, well, if you'll remember, they kind of cut that part out. But you could see his mouth moving. So I believe that Brian very well could be on some sort of medication, and he may have some sort of issues like that. That's highly likely. Now, Gabby, she says she's OCD and she's got high anxiety, and that was very obvious. But at the same time, her parents said that she has no mental issues whatsoever, and she's not on medication or anything like that. So I believe that the actual mental problems coming there was not from Gabby, it was from him. And maybe she was trying to calm his ass down. And then when he threw her out and threw all of her stuff out or whatever, she kind of freaked out too. Like, your crazy ass ain't leaving me here. I don't know where I'm at. And of course she freaked out and tried to get back in her vehicle. Obviously. Hey, let me pull that back over to Twitter. Somebody was asking about some drone shots, so let me see if we can find some of that. Okay, let's get back over here to Twitter and see if there has been any updates. It's curious, Brian is an environmentalist type, so much for the old soul. Peace and love naturalist among the younger, yeah. If I was left him. Yeah, ain't that the truth? I mean, think about it. If he really does have some kind of a if he does have breakdowns and if he does have some kind of a psychosis problem, can you imagine having to, oh my God. I mean, that would be hell. And then I believe he's probably done that before, threatened to leave her somewhere. So I guess, yeah, she freaked out. Okay, let's this is another case. May have to look into that too. That's terrible. DV. Yeah, we're not going to stop talk about that one. The many faces of Brian. He is not missing. He is on the run. So, yeah. I mean, he almost looks different. He just almost looks different in each photo. Like, literally, he does. Like the one when they're sitting in the tent, he looks young, like really young. He has almost like this Jekyll and Hyde. It's just, I don't know, it's creepy. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they had drones, and this is one of the drone footages of today. And somebody TikToked it with that song. Lord have mercy. And there were lots of drone on here earlier. And this is going to be, okay, this is just a defense attorney weighing in. So that's, okay, this is breaking news 24 minutes ago. So let's see what this is. 30-second clip here.
Justice for Gabby! 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 Woo! Woo! Get your ass out of there, you little coward! Or we're coming in!
So I think that's like 24 minutes ago that was posted.
Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby!
Looks like there's a good many people out there.
Justice for Gabby! Woo! Woo!
Wow, there's a good many people there, y'all. Even right now. No, this would be his parents' house, I believe. Thank you so much, Jordan, for the extra support to the channel, and welcome to Team Unjustified.
Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby!
The mother of Gabby Petito has turned to social media to express her feelings that Brian Laundrie is still on the loose. A nationwide manhunt is underway. And this is Gabby's mother's text yesterday at 4:02 p.m. And she said, "Mama Bear is getting angry. Turn yourself in." Bless her heart. Hey, this is its evidence that there was no key to Gabby's van.
Northport 3 Edward 10 1074.
See, I don't even get that. There was a key. They put it on the hood. We seen it.
Northport 3 Edward 10 1074.
1074.
I got a screen recorder.
I've been out on a call in Wilbon, so can you put me 97, please?
10-4.
Over 12 Northport.
Go ahead.
Can you have time in response on my 1020? Great, we're 10 Northport. It's for the van. Just advise them I'm going to need a flatbed, no key.
Yeah, I don't see how that was no kind of proof. There was no...
Out of California. Then you got this guy, sick twisted.
Not sure about that one. Okay, and this is going to be the memorial. That's at Northport, Florida. It is beautiful. And it's really beautiful. This guy, he has been there at the protesting. This is the guy, this one, he is the guy that had the other guy. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? He had the other guy locked up, like the neighbor that came outside. And I watched all of that from very many different angles and cameras. And it does look like that the neighbor went out there and hit him. I mean, knocked him upside the head. for lack of a better words. And, that's not cool. I mean, dude didn't have to do that. I mean, if he actually assaulted him and hit him, and it did look like it after I looked at it from many different cameras, it did look like he went up and hit him, struck him, and that's not cool. He could have, the neighbor could have literally, why can't they I mean, that's disturbing the peace. I mean, here you can't do that. If you even play your music too loud in a suburb here, the police can come out and tell you that there's been a complaint and you need to turn your music down in your house or your car or something like that. I mean, you can't shoot fireworks. In suburbs, there's many different kinds of ordinance rules as far as the noise ordinance. And so it seems like the neighbors could get together and come up with something. I don't even see what it's doing them any good anyway to be protesting there at the house. And I'm not knocking on them or saying they're horrible or anything like that for doing it. But the damn bullhorn and all that, it's a bit much. A lot of people has to work at night. And if you've just gotten dozed off or something and then a damn bullhorn's coming on every 5 minutes right next door, it would be annoying. But dude shouldn't have went out there and hit him. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't agree with that. So if he actually did strike him, which it damn sure looked like it, and one of the cameras I seen, then yeah, he should have been arrested. But let's see. It's a private home. It's not trespassing. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely disturbing the peace, or I know here it would be. I mean, they live in like the suburbs. Like these houses are really close together, right? And I don't know. Some of you may have little dogs, right? Do you? Because I know I do. And little dogs bark like there ain't no damn tomorrow when they hear any little thing, right? So just assuming you work the 11 to 7 shift and you get home and you're dead tired and you done had to fight your way into your driveway for all the cops and all the bullshit going on next door, even though that you want justice for Gabby too. I mean, you're tired as hell. So you go in and you lay down in your bed, and then every time you turn around, your dogs are just barking and waking you up. There's a bullhorn in your ear. I mean, it's not right to the neighbors. I'm not saying the neighbors should go out there and knock the hell out of them either, because then you can't take the law into your own hands. Even granted, a lot of times we want to, right? I mean, there's many times we would like to just do that because sometimes it seems like the law ain't doing their part and we feel like we got to, but that's not how it works. Don't do that, because it's going to backfire on you. And what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting arrested. Yeah, Mary, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't want to. I didn't want to bring it up. But yeah, I had read that too. I read that about this guy, and I actually did. I actually went and did some homework on this dude. He was involved in many of these high-profile protests. Like, he seems to be at the majority, a lot of them. And he sues everybody. Like, he's even sued Kim Kardashian. What? He just sues everybody, and he's always at the high-profile protest. Like, I don't know if it's just a hobby. I don't know what. I don't know. But yeah, I did read that. But he's one of them there with one of the drones, if I'm not mistaken. Or let's see, this was 3 hours ago.
You guys told you love. She deserves better than the dirty laundry.
This is Cassie's house.
Better. She deserves to be here.
I mean, I ain't going to say no. I'm just saying, y'all, look, check this out. This is at Cassie's house, and it says this was 3 hours ago. But check out Cassie's truck. It's just, and I know it's a hell of a coincidence, but check her truck out, y'all. It is a Ford F-150. What? Probably a hell of a coincidence, but it is what it is.
Circus, bring justice for Gabby and her family. This is getting ridiculous. You guys need to help this woman that you guys told you love. She deserves better than the dirty laundries. She deserves better. She deserves to be here today. Your brother snuck her life away, and you guys have done nothing but protect him. There's other ways and better ways to protect him besides being criminals yourself. We need you to start doing the right thing and cooperating with the FBI. I've got a phone here, right here. I will call them for you. There's law enforcement officers standing out here. They will be happy to take your statement. You guys said you loved Gabby. You said you cared for her. She wrote your kids postcards. And all you and your family have done is lie and deceive people and cover up. Who the hell goes out to Fort DeSoto to go camping when she's missing? Why didn't you guys jump on a plane and go help find her? Your brother threw her away like dirty garbage. She deserves better than that. Gabby's life mattered. Her life mattered. And you did nothing to help her. How many times did your brother beat her in that house and you and your family covered it up? And go on with your life as if it's normal. You know, if you would have just brought your brother to justice then, Gabby might be alive today. That's something you're going to have to live with. You've got young children in that home. You need to look at them tonight when you put them down to bed.
They're not home? Where are they at? Do you know? How do you know they're not home?
Neighbors saying they're not home and stuff.
Okay, thank you. Not home.
So where are their animals? Why are there animals?
I haven't seen any animals today, actually.
Is that true? I've seen something moving in there. That is true.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Justice for Gabby and justice for the Petito family. We will be back. We will be back.
I completely agree with everything this lady is saying. Like, I do. I do. This family needs to get up off of their ass and they need to talk. They need to, if they are covering, I mean, they're making themselves look more guilty than anything. If they had came out and been, you know, complicit in helping law enforcement and trying, you know, just anything, you know, even looking for their son, but they not did anything, period. So yeah, I agree with everything she's saying. My issue is the surrounding neighbors. I don't know. Do y'all guys think, or am I way off base here, but do you guys think that a lot of this protesting should be done at the police department? Because it's obvious that these laundries, they're not going to do shit. They're not going to come out. They're not going to talk. It's like we're talking to a brick wall. Like, it's getting nowhere. Seriously, it's really putting more of a toll on the protesters and the neighbors than it is these guys. It's like they're completely ignoring it. Like they're blocking it out. So why not put all this damn focus and attention where they can do something? Do it at the police department. Demand the damn police department do what they got to do. You know, you got to find some reason that you can bring these people in for questioning. If you can't find a reason, by God, we'll find it for you. And let's start with obstruction of justice. Oh, but they're not obstructing justice. Bullshit. Maybe you need to talk to their attorney. Their attorney has already called out their damn lies. So maybe you need to talk to their attorney. Because they know something, they're lying. That's obvious. Okay, you can bring them in for questioning just on suspicion. There's enough circumstantial evidence here to talk to these people, y'all. He came to his sisters. He went to his parents. They all went camping together. You can't tell me after Gabby lived with them for 2 damn years that the mom or the sister or nobody said, well, hell, where's Gabby? You know, you got her van, but you ain't got her. I mean, what's up? You know, maybe Brian did tell him, oh no, hell no, me and her's done. You know, she flew back to her parents' house. It could happen. You know, he could have told him that. Me and her's done. I don't want to talk to them. Well, her family's been calling. Her mom and dad's been calling. What in the hell are we supposed to tell them? Brian could have said, don't tell them anything. You know, they're just wanting to give me shit or something. That could be what happened. But they need to say it. I'm telling you, if that is what happened, it looks like they would have said it. Because if you ain't got nothing to hide, you don't hide it. There's little Gabby. This is her stepdad that posted this. So this is little Gabby and her brother, her half-brother, I guess. So sad. And this is from her stepdad, Jim. Okay, this is breaking 31 seconds ago. Permit Patty is helping the investigation. It looks like what we just now watched, right? Yeah, that's what we just now watched. I guess she got her a permit to protest. I still think they need to be doing this at the police department, the city hall, and getting them to bring them in for questioning. There's so many people that's missing, so it's horrible. Right, there's another one. This is the FBI's offering an award of $25,000 for information leading to the conviction of those responsible for the homicide of Kevin Robert Harris II, shot and killed in his vehicle in Inglewood, California in 2009. So see, this one is since 2009. Like, it would be so great if all of these could be getting some tips and some leads and getting these people off the streets, because they're still out there. And they could be your neighbor. They could be dating your child, dating your daughter. There needs to be more awareness brought to all of this. Okay, guys, there's I'm not seeing a whole lot more. Look at this. Protesters in front of the Laundrie house. Lord have mercy. I ain't getting no sleep because of y'all. See, here's one. Sighting in 1 hour ago. A sighting in Peachtree, Georgia. This guy came out of the woods, which tells me he's not aware of golf cart trails or he's hiding. It's cloudy and he has sunglasses on. He kept staring at me like he's on the run, and he went around McDonald's back into the wooded area. Is this Brian Laundrie? Well, I don't know. There again, sure does look like him. So if any of you are in the area of Peachtree, Georgia, it's so hard. I mean, yeah, it looks like him, but it looks like he looks like the average guy. He literally does. Okay, what is this? So Brian Laundrie had posted this on his Instagram before it went dark. That TV is from an RV. On the map, it is pinpointed where Gabby's van was located. Down the road from her van is an RV park. Whose RV was Brian in? Okay, so this is supposed to be on Brian's account, his Instagram, and that's what he posted, I guess. I don't know about this one, y'all. Yeah, I wouldn't take too much stock into that one. That's one of those I would just run right on through and not think nothing about it. This is Gabby's stepmother. And Gabby. And I guess it could be an article. I don't know.
House? Or would you be out looking for the murderer? Where do you have him? Do you have him in the White House basement with Creepy Joe? Or did Cassie eat him?
No sense in bringing politics into it. Why do people want to bring politics into everything?
Oh, my heart's just beating. You've got blood on both of your hands! You're murderers! Where's your baby Brian? I hope to God he's in the belly of an alligator!
Mind your family, we're out here still. Gonna keep coming back.
Murderers! In the first degree! Murderers!
You deserve better than this. You deserve better than your family, and you deserve better than your son.
Yes!
Beating her over and over again in your house, and you did nothing about it.
Yes! I heard poor Gabby was heard screaming in the house! How could you? I hope you both...
She might be dead if you had your son accountable.
I hope you both meet your demise in a horrible way!
When are you guys going to start cooperating with police and asking your son to turn himself in?
You're horrible!
We're all ready for justice.
We want justice for Gabby! We're never gonna forget Gabby! Never! Never!
Yeah, I bet you her. I bet you she not gonna have no voice tonight. Yeah, they found my Mia as well. She was deceased as well, y'all. Okay, let me get over here and look at the chat for a few before we shut this down. See if I can. Lakers today. I don't really have a call-in number. What I actually do is I do let people come up on panel and talk, but I can drop the link, but you have to show me on camera your face for just a second before I put you up on panel, because people like to do bad things when they get on panel. And so I have to just verify that you're actually a person wanting to get on panel, you know. If I don't know you, I hope you understand that. Oh yes, undercover. Let me grab that picture. Yes. I'm glad you reminded me because I damn sure forgot. Let me grab that and then I'll drop the link for Lakers to come up and talk. Give me 1 second and I will get that photo. Nellie, I'll be right back, sweetheart. Everybody, this is Nellie. She is she's like my sister, y'all. And also one of my big mods. So this is Nellie, and I will be right back. I'm looking for that photo. I know I've got it. Hang on 1 sec.
I was going to ask you. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to put the link in chat for Lakers, but I can't get it to go in. Hold on, guys.
Okay, y'all, this is the photo. This is the photo. So they are saying, or a lot of people are saying, that this is Brian. That this is Brian. This is Gabby setting up her things. And this is in Wyoming. This was taken, the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. Or Teton. Yes, Teton. You see over here. And supposedly that could be his sister with them. I know the photo is probably hard to see because I just pulled it up on the site. So if y'all want to screenshot it and zoom it up. But these people that actually, and I did too, I pulled it up, I zoomed it up. And the clothes that Gabby has on here, literally, when she was in the camper, and I know y'all know the one I'm talking about, all you can see is her leg, and you can see Brian like the back of his head. Well, that's looks like the same clothes that Gabby was wearing in that photo. The white hat, I mean, you know, people says this is him, you know, and Cassie was with them. And this is right before right before it was right before that Brian went back to Florida, as I believe it was. Yes. So I don't know, Linda. I cannot remember the first time I seen it because I didn't even save it the first time I seen it because I was so skeptical of it. You know, I'm really super skeptical of these kind of things. And so, but the more I looked at it and the more I pulled up different photos of Brian and Gabby, looking at their clothing, like his hat, different things like that, I was like, oh, hell, you know, it could be, you know, I mean, and yeah. So if y'all want to screenshot this really quick and then zoom it up on your phones or whatever, because it is a very questionable photo that is out there right now. I just haven't talked about it myself because until I know proof, I just don't feel too comfortable putting it out there that much. But I mean, the odds it could be are they're pretty big because it does look like Brian and Gabby. I mean, let's face it. And looks like something Gabby would be doing, setting up her equipment, you know, to be taking some shots or something. So, Linda, this was in Grand Teton. Yeah, in Wyoming. Actually, this was around where Gabby was found. It was taken. I remember reading all that when I very first seen it. Now, somebody else, as you see over here in the comments and stuff, somebody else has saved it and reposted it, but I seen it back a couple of weeks ago. People were talking about it. So, we don't, I don't know that it's an old photo, but how many times have they been to Grand Teton? I don't know. I think I had thought that the first time they went there was on their trip. So I don't know. See, and then John don't think it looks like either one of them, and that's quite possible as well. It may not be. May not be either one of them as well. I don't know. Hello, Kaz Chick. Good to see you, sweetheart. So I don't know, y'all. Just whatever you guys think on that. I'm not calling any shots there because I don't know. I was skeptical of it. That's why you haven't seen me put it out there yet. Saw me. Sorry. Hey, Dave. Good to see you. Glad you come and hang out with us. We was just about to end this one. Okay, was Lakers still wanting to come up, or is he still here? Yeah, let me put the link in for you. And if you don't mind, before I put you up on the panel, I need you to turn your camera on for a split second. You don't have to leave it on. Just let me see that you're a person and not a corno film. Because believe me, y'all, that happens. Anybody new in here? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it happens. We have to be very careful now who we put on panel. Okay, there you go. I think it's been great, and I appreciate everybody for joining us today. And, I mean, people has legitimate questions. Kyle has them. Tanya has them. Everybody has legitimate questions, and, and it's okay. And so I've been here just a little longer than I'd planned, but I want to thank everybody for coming. And we're going to do this again real soon. Maybe, I know we're going to do Wednesday Night Lives, Nellie. So we're going to go ahead and start that this week. We're going to start doing our members only every Wednesday night again. And so, yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming. And I'm sorry, but there is. I mean, anytime you have any kind of thing like this, there's going to be differences of opinions, and that's okay. It happens. We're good. But I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you, my mods. Thanks, everybody, for joining in the chat. And until next time, you guys, this is Unjustified.